Imagine this. You finally step on board your cruise ship. The bags are unpacked, the ocean breeze hits your face, and you can almost taste 7 days of pure relaxation. But an hour later, something feels off. The food isn't quite what you pictured. The service feels rushed. The energy around you is loud, messy, chaotic. And then the thought hits you: did I book the wrong cruise? Here's the truth: every cruise line has its own personality, its own DNA. Some are made for wild fun, others for quiet sophistication. Some focus on keeping prices low, while others deliver world class luxury. And if you pick the wrong one for your style, the entire trip can fall apart before the first sunset. I've spent years at sea, from quick weekend sailings to luxury voyages across continents. And in this video, I'm ranking the major cruise lines from worst to best. But not just to tell you who's good or bad. You'll learn why some ships feel like home and others feel like a mistake, and how to match the right cruise line to your age, energy, and travel style. Stick with me, because by the middle of this journey, I'll reveal something that changes how most people think about cruising forever. And at the end, you'll know exactly how to find the ship that fits you, not just your budget. Let's dive in. At number 10, Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival has a reputation. They call them the fun ships, and honestly, that's spot on. Bright lights, poolside parties, music, burgers, frozen daiquiris. The atmosphere is one long floating festival. It's the most affordable way to sail, and if all you want is to escape work and dance under the sun, Carnival delivers. But here's what first timers often don't realize: Carnival is a roller coaster. One night, you'll sit down to a surprisingly great steak dinner. The next, you'll wait forever for lukewarm pasta. That inconsistency is part of the deal. Service, cleanliness, even the food. It all depends on the crew, the ship, and sometimes just pure luck. The cabins are simple, the decor loud, and peace and quiet can be hard to find. If you dream of sipping wine on a calm balcony while the ocean hums, this is not your place. That said, for groups of friends, families with kids, or anyone chasing pure fun, Carnival is perfect. It's bold, it's messy, it's alive. But for travelers seeking calm seas and a little elegance, it can feel like being at a party you didn't mean to join. Next up, number 9, MSC Cruises. MSC is fascinating. In Europe, they're huge. In North America, they're still finding their identity. From the moment you step on board, the ships are stunning: glass staircases, glowing atriums, modern art everywhere. It feels like walking into a glamorous Vegas resort that just happens to float. And the prices? Usually lower than their competitors. Sounds great, right? Well, not so fast. MSC is the definition of inconsistent. One cruise might be flawless: excellent food, warm service, perfect organization. The next, confused staff, uneven meals, and moments that make you wonder if it's the same company. Part of the challenge is the mix of languages and cultures on board. The crew juggles English, Italian, Spanish, German, sometimes all in one dinner shift. But here's the insider secret: the Yacht Club, MSC's ship within a ship. Private pool, butler service, all inclusive dining. It's a completely different world. Book the Yacht Club and you'll feel like you're on a luxury line. Skip it and you'll feel where they cut costs. European sailings are elegant and international: longer trips, later dinners, passengers from everywhere. US sailings feel more like a blend of Carnival's fun and Royal Caribbean's flash. Bottom line, MS Siege is a gamble. You might have the cruise of your life or a week of almost good enough. Book it if the price is unbeatable, but know what you're getting into. Now we reach number 8, Norwegian Cruise Line, or simply NCL. Norwegian built its name on one big idea: freestyle cruising. No dress codes, no fixed dining times, no pressure. Want sushi at 10 p.m.? Go for it. A steak and a Broadway show tomorrow night? Done. That freedom sounds amazing until you realize the best meals come with a price tag. And on NCL, the most delicious food usually isn't free. It's in the specialty restaurants that charge extra. You can grab dining packages to soften the blow, but let's be honest, freestyle can quickly turn into pay to enjoy. But here's where Norwegian shines: entertainment. They've brought full Broadway productions to see: Jersey Boys, Kinky Boots, even Six. The quality is top notch, and their nightlife is buzzing: live music, comedy, clubs. It's fun, modern, and alive. But once you add up drink packages, Wi Fi, excursions, and dining, costs climb fast. Without them, the experience can feel a little thin compared to Royal Caribbean or Celebrity. Norwegian is perfect for travelers who crave flexibility, love live entertainment, and want to do things their own way. It's vibrant and fun, but not always peaceful or budget friendly. If you're after calm days, quiet lounges, or old school cruising charm, this might not be your match. Already, you can see how different these cruise lines really are. Carnival's party vibe, MSC's roulette of luxury and chaos, NCL's freedom that comes with a price. But the deeper we go, the more emotional it gets. Because in Act Two, we hit the point where comfort, age, and personal style start to make or break the experience, where one small choice can be the difference between just another cruise and the trip of a lifetime. Now we move into a very different kind of ocean. Because from this point on, it's not just about ships, it's about identity: who you are as a traveler, what you value most: calm, connection, adventure, or a little luxury. These next cruise lines don't scream for attention. They whisper, and if you listen closely, you'll find what truly makes a voyage unforgettable. At number 7, Holland America Line. If you've ever heard your parents or grandparents talk about cruising the old fashioned way, they were probably on Holland America. And that's not an insult. It's actually their biggest strength. This line has been sailing for over 100 years, and that history shapes everything they do. From the moment you step aboard, you feel it. The pace slows down. The noise fades. You might hear a pianist playing softly in the lounge, smell fresh bread from the bakery, or walk past a cooking class that feels like something from another era. There are no water slides, no zip lines, no flashing neon. Instead, you get lectures about the next port, art exhibits, and quiet corners to sip coffee while watching glaciers drift by. And when it comes to Alaska, Holland America is king. They've been there longer than anyone. They own their own lodges, their own rail cars, and even their own land tours. It's not just a cruise, it's a complete Alaska experience. The food is consistently good, the service polished, the atmosphere calm. The crew takes pride in the brand. They still serve with grace, not rush. But there's one thing you should know: this is a peaceful ship. The crowd skews older, more refined, and it shows. Evenings are quieter, events gentler. You'll see more people reading novels than dancing by the pool. For many, that's paradise. For others, especially younger travelers or families, it can feel slow. And that's why Holland America lands at number 7. Not because it's bad, but because it's very specific. If your idea of joy is peace, beauty, and culture, this line is your haven. If you crave excitement and nightlife, it'll feel like time stopped somewhere around 1985. Now, let's move to number 6, Princess Cruises. Princess is like Holland America's younger, livelier cousin.
It still holds on to that classic cruise charm: white uniforms, elegant dining rooms, graceful design, but adds just a touch more energy. Think of it as traditional cruising upgraded for modern travelers. Like Holland America, Princess dominates Alaska. Their partnership with the National Park System, their scenic rail tours, their private lodges, all make them a top choice if you dream of glaciers, forests, and wild landscapes. But even outside Alaska, Princess shines with its balance. Their ships feel classy but never stuffy, modern but never loud. Food wise, Princess is solid. Their specialty venues, Sabatini's for Italian, Crown Grill for steak, are favorites among seasoned cruisers. And one unique feature sets Princess apart: the medallion class. It's a small, wearable device that replaces your keycard. It unlocks your cabin as you walk up, lets you order drinks from anywhere on board, and even tracks your travel companions so you never lose each other. For older travelers who want convenience without fussing with tech, it's a game changer. The downside? Entertainment can be a little traditional. You'll find live music, dance shows, and trivia nights, but not the Broadway level productions of other lines. And nightlife tends to wind down early. But that's exactly why so many mature couples and multi generational families love it. It feels safe, smooth, and effortless. Princess isn't trying to reinvent cruising, it's simply doing it right, consistently, calmly, and with a touch of class. It's the cruise line you book when you want to relax, not chase excitement. Now at number 5, Disney Cruise Line. And here's where the energy completely changes. When most people hear Disney, they imagine kids, chaos, and Mickey Mouse everywhere. But the truth is, Disney might surprise you, especially if you think you've outgrown it. Yes, it's the ultimate line for families. The kids' clubs are unmatched. Marvel hero training, Star Wars droid workshops, princess meet and greets. It's pure magic for little ones. But Disney does something that few people expect. It also caters brilliantly to adults. There are entire areas of the ship just for grown-ups. Quiet pools, elegant lounges, exclusive dining. And their fine dining restaurants, Remy and Palo, rival luxury lines like Regent and Celebrity. Service? Impeccable. Crew members seem to appear right when you need them, smiling, efficient, and genuinely happy to help. The entertainment is Broadway quality. Beauty and the Beast, Frozen, Aladdin. These are full productions with sets and performers worthy of any theater in New York or London. Now, the big question: is it worth the price? Because yes, Disney is expensive, sometimes double what you pay for a similar Royal Caribbean cruise. But here's the truth: you get what you pay for: larger staterooms, cleaner ships, happier crew, and an atmosphere that feels almost enchanted. For families with kids, Disney is unbeatable. But it's also secretly one of the best choices for couples who love the Disney magic or simply want a cruise that feels joyful and polished from start to finish. The only real downside is the price tag, but if you can afford it, it's worth every dollar. And that brings us to number 4, celebrity cruises. Celebrity is elegance without arrogance. They call themselves modern luxury. And for once, the marketing is true. Step aboard a Celebrity Edge class ship like the Edge or Apex, and you will immediately feel the difference. Clean lines, natural light, rooftop gardens, art everywhere. No bright colors, no gimmicks, just quiet sophistication. Even their famous magic carpet, a bright orange platform that glides up and down the side of the ship, isn't just for show. It turns into a bar, a restaurant, or a tender platform depending on the time of day. It's clever design that feels thoughtful, not flashy. Dining is one of celebrities' strongest points. Instead of one big main restaurant, they offer several included options, each with a different theme and menu. Specialty dining, like Le Petit Chef or Fine Cut Steakhouse, takes things to another level entirely. In the service, it's personal, attentive without being intrusive. Crew members remember your name, your drink, even your favorite table. The crowd? Mostly adults, couples, professionals, empty nesters, and food lovers. It's peaceful, stylish, and social without being noisy. You'll have wine tastings, cooking demos, live jazz, but no belly flop contests or poolside DJs. If there is a weakness, it's that families or thrill seekers might find it too calm. There are no water slides, no bumper cars, no skydiving simulators. But for travelers who appreciate design, cuisine, and service, celebrity feels like home. And here's something worth noting for older cruisers. Celebrities' cabins are some of the most comfortable at sea. Wide doorways, easy layouts, big bathrooms. All those small touches that make a week at sea easy. That's why celebrity ranks so high. It's not about noise or novelty. It's about knowing who you are and sailing accordingly. Refined, balanced, and quietly luxurious. We're now heading into the final act. And trust me, this is where things get intense. Because the top three cruise lines aren't just good, they redefine what cruising can be. They're bold, innovative, and in one case, absolutely world class. So before you book your next voyage, stay with me. We're down to the top three. And now we're stepping into a whole new league. These cruise lines aren't just about travel, they're about identity, imagination, and the art of turning a simple vacation into something unforgettable. Each one represents a different kind of dream at sea. Let's start with number three, Royal Caribbean International. If cruising were a theme park, Royal Caribbean would be Disney World. These ships are massive, floating cities filled with energy, variety, and pure wonder. You don't just board a ship here, you step into a world built for every kind of traveler. Their newest vessels, like the Icon of the Seas and Wonder of the Seas, are jaw dropping. We're talking neighborhoods at sea, a real central park with trees and birds, an aqua theater with high diving shows, surf simulators, zip lines, ice rinks, robot bartenders, and yes, you can even skydive or ride bumper cars in the middle of the ocean. But behind all that spectacle lies something deeper. Royal Caribbean is about choice. You can spend the whole cruise by the pool with a slice of pizza from Sorrento's, or you can go all in on fine dining at Chop's Grill in Wonderland. You can dance to live bands, watch Broadway musicals, or just relax with a cocktail while the waves roll by. For families, it's paradise. Kids, teens, parents, even grandparents all find their corner of happiness. The downside? Crowds. Big ones. With over 6,000 passengers on some ships, popular spots fill fast, and lines are part of the deal. And yes, the extras add up. Drink packages, specialty dining, Wi Fi. But unlike other lines, Royal gives you so much, even in the base fare, that you never feel shortchanged. That's why they're ranked this high, because Royal Caribbean has mastered balance, fun for families, romance for couples, freedom for solo travelers. It's not perfect, but it's consistently incredible. If you want a cruise that feels alive, this is it. Next, number two, Virgin Voyages. Now, this is where things get interesting. Virgin came into the cruise world like a rock band crashing a quiet dinner party. Richard Branson looked at the entire industry and said, let's do everything differently. The first rule, no kids. Virgin is adults only. That instantly changes the energy. No running toddlers, no screaming pool decks, no happy family karaoke at 9 p.m. Instead, it feels like a floating boutique resort in Miami. Stylish, relaxed, a little cheeky, and very, very modern. The design is stunning. Sleek cabins, clever lighting, and spaces that feel designed for comfort and conversation. And here's where Virgin flips the industry script. Almost everything is included. Wi Fi? Free. Tips? Included. All restaurants, and there are over 20 of them, are included too. No buffet lines, no main dining room. You can go from Korean barbecue one night to an experimental tasting menu the next without paying a cent extra. The entertainment isn't traditional either. Forget Broadway shows. Virgin gives you immersive theater, live cabaret, drag acts, and late night DJs that keep the deck alive till dawn. It's edgy, playful, and at times delightfully unpredictable. But here's the truth: Virgin isn't for everyone. If you love tuxedo dinners, ballroom dancing, or the classic cruise experience, this will feel too unconventional. But if you're under 50 or just young at heart, Virgin feels like the future of cruising. Even the staff act more like friends than servers. You'll share laughs, stories, even workouts with them. And that's what makes Virgin stand out. It doesn't feel like a cruise. It feels like a community of curious, open-minded travelers who just happen to be on a ship together. It's bold, refreshing, and fun in a completely new way. Next, we reveal the best of the best, the gold standard of the seas. At number one, Regent Seven Seas Cruises. If Royal Caribbean is the theme park and Virgin is the trendy resort, Regent is pure, timeless luxury. This isn't a vacation, it's an experience designed for people who want every moment to feel effortless. Their ships are small, only a few hundred guests, and that changes everything. No crowds, no lines, no waiting. Just serenity, personal attention, and the kind of service you can't fake. The cabins, or rather suites, all have private balconies. They're spacious, beautifully designed, with details that make you feel like you're in a five-star hotel that just happens to move across the world. Dining is exquisite, from French fine dining to Asian fusion, all included, all world class. You could easily compare it to Michelin-starred restaurants on land. And here's the thing that separates Regent from almost everyone else: everything is included. Flights, transfers, excursions, premium drinks, Wi Fi, tips. You never pull out your wallet. You never think about cost. You simply live. Every day feels curated, calm, and deeply personal. You'll sail to places most ships can't reach: small Mediterranean ports, hidden islands, remote corners of the world that feel untouched. And when you return to your suite, someone has already drawn the curtains, set out your favorite drink, and turned your day into a memory. Yes, it's expensive. We're talking tens of thousands per suite. But for those who can afford it, Regent is the definition of perfection at sea. It's not about entertainment or excitement. It's about peace, space, and the rarest luxury of all, time, that feels truly yours. So there you have it: 10 cruise lines with each their own soul. From Carnival's chaotic fun to Regent's serene perfection, each one offers a different kind of happiness. And here's the truth most people miss: there's no best cruise line for everyone. There's only the best one for you. If you love laughter, music, and energy, Carnival or Royal Caribbean might be your paradise. If you crave calm, culture, and quality, look toward Holland and America or Celebrity. If you want to rediscover playfulness, Disney will surprise you. And if you want to see what travel feels like when everything just works, Regent will show you. The biggest mistake most travelers make is assuming all cruise lines are the same. They're not. And once you find the one that fits your rhythm, you'll never look back. So tell me this: If you could only sail one cruise line for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Leave it in the comments. I'd love to know your choice. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't stop here. Check out the next video on screen, where I share the biggest cruise hacks most passengers have never heard of. Little tricks that save money, avoid stress, and make your next voyage smoother than ever. Because your adventure at sea is only just beginning.